really naughty dreams. And it says that I've actually gained an unhealthy amount. How has pregnancy affected your relationship? Right, this like lightning pain shooting into your vajayjay. Like, I can't even explain it to you. It's like, how has your stomach condition been during pregnancy? Are you worried it'll be worse after? I just... Hello honeys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining me now, then hi, my name's Imogen. Thank you so much for finding me. I don't know how you found me, but please definitely stay. Today I'm going to be doing my third trimester Q&A. I'm filming it in the car currently because just not wanting to be in the house when there's plumbers, electricians, I was just about to say sparkies, that's the same thing, a painter, my husband, my dad, they're all coming out of the house and they're all going into their vans. So, answering third trimester Q&A, I wanted to answer lots of your different questions. Lots of you want to know all different things about the pregnancy, whether it's like about my stomach or about how I found the third trimester. So, I want to start with this question actually. What are things nobody told you about pregnancy? So, the list is endless. So, when you get pregnant, obviously it's the most exciting, amazing blessing in the world and you feel so blessed and grateful. And this isn't me complaining, by the way, this is just me explaining like different things, different symptoms which I wasn't aware of at all. So let's start for smelly boobs. Anyone for a smelly boob? Because let me tell you, I'm going in, I don't even care. Look, I put this on my Instagram story and lots of people said that they didn't get that. Fair enough. You start getting this like lovely yellow golden stuff that sort of sits on the outside of your nipple, as you might say, and it goes a bit crusty and whatever, and it's colostrum and it just smells like cheese and milk and it's a funny smell. So yeah, I think I've got so used to it now, I'm like, ah, that's nice. And it comes out of your armpits as well. Someone was telling me that it comes out of your armpits so that the baby can get to you and to your boob quicker, so they smell you and they can locate your boob. Don't know how true that is, and I don't know if that even works, but the smelly boobs, the smelly armpits, that's a thing. That is actually a thing. No matter how much you wash, that's a thing. Another thing, the worries and anxiety are about things that you never really understood about before pregnancy. So you worry about everything because that's standard, because you care about this person growing inside you more than you've ever cared about anything in your life, and you suddenly go, right, I have this person to look after now. It's nothing to do with me. It's not about me. It's about them. But there's so many other things that you don't think about, that you might go to a midwife appointment and then you get told, or you have to have a blood test and you're worrying about that, and just little things that you never really understood affected anything to do with pregnancy. That's definitely something which has definitely made me feel like, oh right, that's something I wasn't aware of at all. And I don't think until you go through it then you would understand. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones where I would never have known unless I'd actually gone through this. Hair breakages, everyone was like, you're gonna get the best hair. No. Hair, nails, disgusting, broken 24/7, absolutely not. Oh yeah, trips to the midwife and like not knowing, because it's my first time being pregnant. Oh my goodness, the amount of times that I've gone to the midwife and they've said, oh, have you got this? And I'm like, absolutely not. And I know that I probably had it written in my notes or something like that. Like every time you go, you have to do a urine sample, and you have to keep the same one that you just have to keep washing, because obviously during COVID they give you another one if you lose it or you don't have one. But I remember going there on like the 4th appointment or something, and all the girls were like, they'd go into the toilet first, then they'd register and be like, my appointment's at 1:30, and then I'd go there and they'd be like, have you done your urine sample? I'd be like, no. And they're like, okay, you need to get into a regular habit of it. It's just things like that that you just don't take into consideration. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just not the most prepared with anything. Blocked nose. Oh, I love the blocked nose. The blocked nose is the one. It's not actually the one. It's the most just not one in the slightest. It's like, how can I explain? Yeah, it's like the weirdest blocked nose you could ever imagine, and then it bleeds. Yeah, you like go to blow your nose and it just bleeds. Bleeding nose, bleeding gums. Oh, the gums. The gums. No one told me about the gums. Insomnia, love that one. That was one of my first like symptoms of pregnancy, and the third trimester, yeah, insomnia, especially now. Like I'll wake up with like jumpy legs at about 3 o'clock in the morning and then go to bed about 5. So I have like 2 hours of just being awake, and then I'll wake up at 8. Lightning crotch, oh wow. So like sometimes you're just like walking and then all of a sudden you have this like lightning pain shooting into your vajayjay. Like I can't even explain it to you. It's like, whoop! And you're like, and you just don't even, it's amazing. I'm like, yes, whatever's going down in there, keep going. But it's just, no one can ever describe that. It's so random and so strange, but amazing at the same time, because it's our body's way of getting baby girl or baby prince or baby whoever just chilling and growing, and it's amazing. Oh, the most ridiculous sense of smell. Like the sense of smell, like Spencer will maybe blow off. Oh my God, obviously I would call it a fart. I don't know why I just said blow off. But honestly, I'll smell it from downstairs, upstairs. Swear on my life. The sense of smell you have is a joke. And also skin tags. Oh my God, I also get these little red blood dots all over my body, which my mum has. I've got skin tags like my mum. I remember when I was younger, I used to look at my mum's body and be like, oh, you've got little skin tags. Like, they're like little moles, but they obviously are tags. Oh, I've got so many. Spencer was like, oh, I saw one of those on your back when I was rubbing you the other day. I was like, baby, why didn't you tell me? He was like, didn't want to worry you. I'm like, it's a skin tag. It's not going to worry me. Okay, next one. What will you miss about being pregnant, and what's your favourite part of pregnancy? I will miss my bump, dressing my bump, because it's so amazing every day to get to just wander around or go to the cinema and just have, I know she's going to actually be here, but like, she's there. And like, I know it sounds crazy, but someone was telling me the other day, oh, the sun is coming out, fellas. Someone was telling me the other day how it's hard sometimes for women to adjust when the baby comes. Oh my God, it's so bright. Because it's been 100% you in a way. Like, you 100% hold this baby, and then when they come out, it's sharing the baby. Obviously not sharing it with everyone, but you know. And I looked at that and thought, that's right. Like, Spencer gets to hold the bump and feel her move and feel her kick and all those things, but it's different for a man. Like, he can't wait to just hold her physically, if you know what I mean. But I feel like I'm so connected here and now, and I think I'll miss just being in the bath when we have a bath, when I've ever had a bath, you know, feeling her move around and just random things like getting to talk to her, getting to sing to her. I know I'll do that then, but just dressing my bump, like I've loved it. I felt so confident and just grateful for life. And yeah, I think I'll miss just being pregnant. I will miss just being pregnant. I've been so grateful and so lucky. I've had such an amazing pregnancy so far. And I just feel blessed. So, you know, that's not me saying that to anyone else, because I know that so many people, like, honestly, I was speaking to my midwife about it, about how so many women, you know, I'm in a position where I'm lucky to be pregnant, but also so many women go through such difficult pregnancies and they don't enjoy being pregnant. And, you know, I'm very lucky and very privileged that I've had a nice pregnancy, you know. How has pregnancy affected your relationship? Right, if I'm honest, obviously Spencer should be here to answer this as well, but in my own eyes and my own perspective, I think it's definitely, without a doubt, brought us closer, because you've created life with the person you love. Like, for us, that's how this has gone. And, you know, it's made us appreciate quality time together, because we know that it's limited now. It's made us appreciate our love, because how lucky are we that we're in love. It's made us appreciate just being together, because there are so many people that do this on their own and have to go through it on their own. And I think that it's definitely taught us to be less selfish in general life. Like, I never thought I was selfish beforehand, and Spencer wasn't either, but it does change your perspective on life, and it changes your perspective and outlook on your relationship, because you're like, it just makes you feel so much more appreciative of that person, because you're like, I'm gonna need you. We need each other, you know, we're a unit, we're a team, we're a family. And I just think it's definitely evolved our relationship, definitely. I know we're going to have struggles, I know that, we both know that, we're both very communicative. Is that even a word, communicative? No, it's not. We're both very much open and honest about everything, and I want to always be that way. So if I'm having a down day when she's here, or stressing, and you know, we're gonna bicker, we're gonna have no sleep, it's gonna be difficult. So I'm just looking at who's that. But I just feel like we're just gonna keep trying to grow and look after each other and make sure that we're being selfless with each other. You know, we've got to protect our relationship as well as look after her. We both know that, because our relationship is so important for her as well. You know, our relationship is important because we love each other so much, but also because we love her so much. We want her to have a stable, loving upbringing, you know? Anyway, okay. Next question. How did you maintain a good relationship. How did you maintain a good weight in pregnancy and not get fat? Firstly, I don't think we should ever put any pressure on anyone's body. This isn't me saying that to that person, by the way. I'm just saying in general life, like, so what if I was 7 stone heavier than I am now? Obviously, I don't think it'd be healthy for my body, obviously, but I'm growing a human, and no one should ever feel pressure to worry about their weight, ever. But I know it's our own bodies, and it's, you know, a massive change. And I actually saw a TikTok, and it really did put things in perspective for me, because there was this girl on TikTok, and she struggled with an eating disorder for a long time of her life, and she fell pregnant in recovery, when she was in recovery or something. And she said that it's triggering, that a lot of people are like, oh, I love my body, when actually people that have gone through eating disorders really struggle with their body. And some women's bodies completely change, some women have no change, and, you know, every body is different. But also, I have gained like 2 stone. I never weigh myself ever, but on your first appointment you get weighed, and on your like couple of last ones you get weighed. And I've always been told by my parents, don't ever weigh yourself. You feel how you feel in your body, in your clothes. Like, if you feel things are a bit tight or whatever, then you know about your own weight. But things, you know, like water weight and all those things. But I think she wrote it on my notes, my midwife notes, and then I looked it up on Google, because I was like, oh God, that's gone from that to that. And it says that I've actually gained an unhealthy amount. You know, by the NHS standards, it says I've gained too much weight. And I'm like, that is so unhealthy to be putting out there. Like, it actually has a chart of how much weight you're meant to gain in pregnancy. And I'm like, that's so bad, because that's for type A girl or type Z girl. But what about everyone else that has different body weights and different masses and different ways of putting on weight, and your baby weighs more or your baby weighs less, and all these things? And you know, you're just like, we have so much pressure as women anyway. We're carrying the child. All the pressure is on you. You know, whether Spencer even knows this, like, the worries that I have are completely different to the worries he has. Things that I go to the midwife appointment and have that worry or whatever, he will worry but won't worry the same way, because I'm carrying her. It's solely my responsibility. I feel like that. And I know it's not. I know it's joint and it's completely, you know, I know that. But also it just feels so different, and it's just a very different thing. So I just think, yeah, please don't ever think about weight or anything like that. I know it's so easy said than done. And I also think that after you give birth, there's this whole thing of like, oh my God, I look so sexy when I'm pregnant, for some people, and that's how I felt, and I've loved my body. But also afterwards, I want to celebrate my body as well. But I know that my body's going to change drastically. I know that. I know that my body will be very different to how it used to look. And that's about me having to then go through that journey and appreciate my body for what it's done. I've grown a human. You know, and we can't underestimate that. Like, how I am now, my mum grew me. My mum and dad made me, and my mum grew me and birthed me. And I'm a full-grown adult. Like, it blows my mind every day. So yeah, I just don't want anyone ever putting pressure on weights or anything, because I think it's such an easy thing to do. And I know that it's really hard in today's day and age. Poor plumbers are looking like, what is going on? Okay, here we go. Sex life. I wish Spencer was here. Oh, and here comes Josh. We've got the chippy in. Oh my God, this is crazy. Sex life. We were living at my dad's for like 2 months. We've just moved back into the house, and I'm very heavily pregnant. Although I am gonna kickstart it tonight, because I feel the urge. I've been having some dreams. I've been having some really naughty dreams. Before, I didn't really have much of a sex drive for the last like couple of months. I haven't really had a sex drive, but obviously we've been at my dad's, and we've been in my dad's house changing rooms all the time, and also my dad's there, and it's like, oh, just everything's been everywhere. So, you know, you're just like, the last thing we were thinking of is sex. So I'm gonna be honest with you, the sex life wasn't the most existent. However, it's gonna start popping for the next week, and then she's gonna be here, and it's gonna be non-existent again. So I don't think you can have sex for a minimum of 6 weeks until you've like fully healed and stuff. But anyway, it is what it is. Me and Spencer aren't driven by that, but it's nice to be close and intimate. We've done bits. The bits that don't really, but I'm going to be honest with you, I think I've told you this before, sex at the moment really hurts me. I spoke to my midwife about it, and just lots of people have different bits, and different bits that are a bit swollen, or just do you know what I mean? So for me, sex hasn't been the most enjoyable. And she was like, oh, get some lube, and I'm like, oh, just couldn't be bothered. But we've had some loving. We've been very intimate. Maybe not just that much sex in the last couple of months, I'm gonna be honest. Birth plan. Right, birth plan, open open. I don't think you can plan. I've written a birth plan as a template and stuff like that, but obviously all on my birth plan, it also says for all the other options and all those different things. I'm going to it with a completely open mind. I have no idea what it's going to be like. I have nothing to compare it to. I've never been through it in my life before. I don't know what my pain threshold's going to be like. I have no idea. I'm going to go into it with an open mind. You know, I know what I want, but she gets to decide. She gets to decide what her birthday is. She gets to decide how mummy has labour. Like, you're very much in the driving position. I think you should sit here. I think you should sit here. You can't. Because we can't sit in front of the wheel. I've got her little thing in the back and she's very sweet. Yes, stop. Okay. Have your boobs changed or got bigger during pregnancy? They've definitely got bigger. I mean, they look really flat here now, but I haven't got a bra on, but they have definitely got bigger. I never had boobs when I was younger. I've got boobs now, and they're like, I can't explain it to you. They're like full. Like when I look at myself when I'm in the bath, I literally have this like bump, and then these boobs that just sort of sit there like little cones. They're cones. You know, like when you go to like an animal sanctuary and you go and see that the gorillas and the orangutans, and you see them all their babies like suckling on their boobs, and they're sitting there. I literally look like that now. Like the boobs just sort of go and then the bump comes and they're just, yeah. Like where were we? Oh, my neighbour as well. She just got back. She's probably thinking, what is going on? But we were in the bath the other day and Spencer went, they're ready, aren't they? They're ready. So yeah, they've definitely changed. They've got fuller. They've probably drooped a bit more. Here we go. Ready for baby princess. Love it. When did nesting start for you? About 3 days ago. I don't have the urge to nest. So my midwife was telling me how there's this hormone in pregnant ladies and it comes over you sometimes, not for everyone, but you want to have this nesting phase. And I want to have her room done and get everything out of storage. But I didn't need to wash all of her clothes. I did wash all of her clothes, but I didn't have that drastic urge. But I just felt really guilty. I'm going to be honest. I spoke about this on Instagram. I just felt really guilty that I had nothing for her, because I just felt like everything's in storage in boxes. I'm lucky enough that I've got the stuff, but I was like, she has not got a room. Our room's not even done. But luckily now things are really moving forward, and we've got bedrooms and we've got carpet and we've got white walls, and you know, furniture and all those things will come, and all those different things. But yeah, I just had that massive, I'm going to be honest with you, I found people on Instagram who are so fortunate and have the most amazing nurseries, and you know, on YouTube they film all these nursery videos. It was triggering for me. I physically couldn't watch them because I was like, and it's not their fault obviously, but I just had to mute things or just not look at those things because I just felt guilty because I don't have those things, even though it's not a standard to have, it's a luxury to have. But for me, I was putting so much pressure on myself, feeling so guilty to my child. And that's stupid, I know, but that is me being completely honest. I found those things triggering, even though, but it's just social media, isn't it? Like, we do put pressure on ourselves to look at other people's lives and go, oh, it's natural, and it shouldn't be, but it is. But yeah, for anyone out there, I know people that live in hostels, people that are living at their mums, people that don't have the other spaces. You know, I'm very fortunate to be able to even have a house over my, you know, a roof over my head. Let's be completely honest. Anyway, okay, next one. How is your mental health so important to ask before baby girl comes? Thank you for asking that. I'm really grateful that you care enough. My mental health, so it's not something I've really documented during pregnancy because it's not something that I've really wanted to show. My mental health has definitely been better because this isn't for me. A lot of people are like, that's not realistic. A lot of people don't feel like that. For me, this is just my own personal journey. She's changed my life in lots of ways before I've even met her. Oh, the sun's coming out for my baby girl. Yeah, she's changed my life in lots of ways that, and I don't even know who she is yet, but she's definitely mellowed me more. My dad says that, my family say that. She's definitely given me a new perspective. My mental health, you know, I suffer with anxiety. That's standard for me. I've suffered with anxiety since I was a child. That's just inherent in me, and that will never go away. But it's about trying to manage it. Like I said to my mum the other day, that actually, I'm just waving at Josh because he's so sweet. I said to my mum that I don't want to waste so much time when she's here worrying, because I know what I'm going to be like. I'm going to be just like my parents, neurotic. Like, my parents worried about everything because they didn't have anyone around them. Like, my parents were both fostered and they had no grandparents to help them and no parents to help them. And they were really worried. You know, they had these children that they were like, oh my God, like, I didn't even think I'd ever be in a position where I'd be here and having a child. And I just know I love her so much, but I just have to calm down. I have to definitely take a leaf out of Spencer's book. But who knows, he could be the other. We could flip and I could be the chill one and he could be the more like neurotic warrior, because we just don't know until we see her, and we don't know how we're going to be as parents. But we just want to give her the most amount of unconditional love in the world, give her endless support, and yeah, just make sure she always knows she can be whoever she wants to be, and she'll always be loved by us and never judged. And yeah, God, it makes me so emotional to just think about it, about how much I love her. But yeah, it's just, I think my mental health has definitely improved, without a doubt, because I think to myself, oh my God, she's feeding off my energy. Honestly, it was like the first trimester, we went to a private scan, and I said to the lady, I'm really, really struggling, I'm really anxious, I'm really worrying. And she said to me, don't worry, you know, babies can't feed off you, all those things. But she was just reassuring me. But then I know that they can, and I know that bad energy and bad, you know, I don't want her to feel anxious. I don't want her to, and I know she probably doesn't have a clue, but that's my own way of looking at it, and it's really helped me. Like, whenever I have a bad moment, I literally just go and sit and meditate for 10 minutes, a guided meditation where they talk to me and they're like, picture what you want in your head, you've already got it. And I'm like, picture myself in a calmer manner, you know, having my baby, and just things like that. And it's changed my life, it really has. But it doesn't mean that I don't have anxiety, because there are so many social situations where I get anxiety, or just, yeah, that was me moving my foot, by the way, that wasn't me farting. But thank you for asking. I could talk about that all day, so I need to just chill out. Do you feel mentally prepared for baby girl to come? Sorry, this is so bright, but I'm not complaining. Can't be those English people, you know, when we're like, there's no sun in England, and then the sun comes out, we're like, well, it's so hot, I can't take it. You know, like, I feel like we all do that. I don't think you can ever mentally prepare yourself to have a child. Like, I feel as though we are the most prepared we could be mentally, but when she's here, it'll be a whole different game, because I don't know what she's going to be like as a child. We don't know how she's going to sleep at night. We don't know what kind of child she's going to be. If she's anything like me, then we've got no hope. If she's like Spencer, then we're living the dream. But yeah, I'm going to take it each day as it comes. I don't think you can ever be fully prepared, but I'm just going to go into it and just, yeah, not wing it, but I feel like when she's here, we'll have that instinct. And even if we don't have that instinct, we've got enough people around us to, you know, ask. I've got all of my friends of you guys on Instagram I will probably be turning to about everything. How has your stomach condition been during pregnancy? Are you worried it'll be worse after? So, I haven't documented this really, because I documented it at the very beginning and sort of said, if there's any updates, I'll let you know. But I'm going to be honest, she has given me 9 months break. She has given me 9 months of not completely fine, because I've got a condition, but I've been really heavily supported by my nutritionist, by my specialist, by my GP, by my midwife, been really heavily supported by them. But she has, yeah, she has just given me a break. I haven't had a break for 8 years. I've been ill since I was 20. I just can't thank her enough. Like, she's honestly just changed. Yeah, like, I know when she comes, you know, normally things go back and things like that, but my symptoms, I mean, obviously I get constipated, I get gas, I get lots of reflux and all those things. They come with pregnancy anyway, so I'm sort of used to that. But yeah, she's just, I don't know whether she's calmed me down, it's helped my stomach. I don't know whether it's because all my organs have been pushed up and maybe my stomach's been pushed into a better position, because my stomach basically is like, it's too flexible and it doesn't work. And I don't know whether because it's been squished, it's been working better. Like, I've actually been going to the toilet every day. I was constipated in the beginning, but I've now been going to the toilet every day. And like, for me to go to a number 2 every single day, for me to go to the poo every day is unheard of. I've never had that for years. So yeah, And lots of people say to me that it either gets worse for them during pregnancy or it gets better. Like lots of people with the same condition as me have said that they had the most amazing pregnancy. It came back when they gave birth, but fudge, I don't care. I've had 9 months of feeling so much better. And I think you guys can probably feel that and tell that from my social media and stuff like that, from me just being, I don't know. Yeah, maybe she should be called Mellow, because she's, yeah, she's amazing. My little... It's a lot of pressure that I've told her there. I won't ever tell her that in real life. I won't go, you saved mummy for... I probably will, actually. I'll tell her when she's older that she helped me for 9 months. And, you know, whether it comes back, it comes back. I mean, it's obviously going to come back. My specialist and nutritionist said if we could bottle what happens to a pregnant lady in pregnancy, then we'd be billionaires, because it changes. So many people have like diabetes, IBS, and it completely vanishes, and then when they give birth it comes back. But you know, to have a break like this for someone who's been literally suffering for 8 years has been amazing. I mean, it does depend on other people, because my specialist said that if you had really bad symptoms in the first trimester, it would have just got worse and worse and worse and been more heightened. But yeah, it's so sunny, so I am gonna love you and leave you. I will keep you updated on my Instagram, all different things like that. The renovation vlogs aren't stopping because we've still got so much work to do, but yeah, I will let you know. I will keep you updated. I'm so excited to take you on this new journey. My channel isn't changing to like a baby channel or a family channel, but obviously I do lifestyle videos and I do hauls and vlogs and, you know, renovation bits, and it's just going to be a collection of everything. So I love you guys so much, and thank you for joining me on this journey. I love you guys so much. Until next time, I'm going to love you and I'm going to leave you. Bye.